My husband and I have been married for 12 years. We have
Uh-huh.
two little kids. He's just kind of checked out. At least he's not turning to, smoking or anything like that. But
Okay.
it's hard because I want to support him,
Uh-huh.
but it's it's hard because I'm taking care of both of our kids right now and working,
Hmm.
and it's a struggle.
There is such a thing that when it rains, it pours. So one
Yeah.
bad thing can happen, and then another bad thing after that, and then bad things. So how do you stop negative momentum? Going to therapy and counseling and listening to someone talk is great, but doing the work is what's going to get you the results. The dating pool and the relationship pool is such a mess because men are only telling men that they're the best and women are the problem. Women are telling women that they're the best and men are the problem. And nobody but me is telling people everybody crazy. If you're saying to me, Charles, you're comfortable being the masculine energy, is that what you're saying?
No, I'd rather not.
Then we got a problem. So what's the question?
Well,
Good. It's a pleasure to meet you. What can we help you with tonight?
um, yeah. So currently, I'm just kind of going through a situation where I'm feeling like the default parent. We have some things going on.
Okay.
My husband and I have been married for 12 years. We have
Uh-huh.
two little kids. Um, about a year and a half ago, his stepmom passed away very abruptly from cancer.
Okay.
And after that happened, he went into deep depression mode and had a break. And so now, currently, his dad is in the hospital who has medical issues waiting for a heart transplant.
Mm-hmm.
So he's just kind of checked out. At least he's not turning to, smoking or anything like that, but
Okay.
emotionally checked out.
Uh-huh.
And he does go to therapy with me, which is good, but
Okay.
it's hard because I want to support him,
Uh-huh.
but it's it's hard because I'm taking care of both of our kids right now and working,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a struggle.
So what's the question?
Well, I guess the question would be how do I get through this survival
Yeah,
moment without blaming him or
sure.
damaging him, and I do not want, him to go through another break,
Uh-huh.
and but he just isn't opening up.
Yeah, that's a really good question. And I appreciate your Chels, just the candid nature behind the question. And I think this is really simple. We got to remember that marriage is a union that, to the extent possible, you want to try to work together as a team to solve your problems. I think this is very positive in that he's going to counseling with you. I think that's great. I think if he's not doing the work to better himself, this is maybe a different conversation.
Hmm.
But the fact that he is putting the effort to work on himself is a positive sign. I think one of the things that we have to do is understand the power of momentum. That there is such a thing that when it rains, it pours. So one
Yeah.
bad thing can happen, and then another bad thing after that, and then bad things. So how do you stop negative momentum? Well,
Yeah.
you allow the car to crash. You
Okay.
allow the car to crash, and I'll explain what I mean. If you put a car on the top of a hill and you set that car on the top of the hill and you stand in front of the car and push it backwards after you've lifted up or pushed down the brake, put it in neutral, and you push that car backwards so it's going down the hill backwards, when is the best time to stop the car?
I don't know.
Take a guess. Let's say this hill is 200 feet. No. Let's say this hill is, I don't know, 500 feet. And you push that car in the front, just tip it, and it starts rolling backwards. When's the best time to stop it, Chels?
I mean, do you just let it go
No, there's a good time to stop it. And when is that time? When is the best time to stop it?
before
Before what?
before it rolls down the hill?
Bingo. You push it, and as soon as it starts to gain negative momentum, the best time to get behind it is when it first starts rolling.
Okay.
right? Because it's going to be going the slowest, it's going to have the least momentum. But let's just say one thing has happened after the other, and that car is halfway down the hill. Is it wise to stand on the hill, hold your hand out, and say stop?
No,
No. Why?
because you get run over.
The car is going to run over you. This is how we look when we try to stop negative things that happen one thing at a time or all at once. All of these things have happened, and we try to stop all of these negative things and get behind this negative momentum and stop it. What ends up happening mentally and emotionally is we get ran over. The best way to get out of that situation, Chels, is to let the car crash. This is going to sound like crazy advice, but hear me out. You let the car crash because when the car crashes, it can no longer do any more damage. When the car has crashed, you then take what remains and you do what? You rebuild.
Yeah.
There are seasons sometimes, Chels, that you go through individually or even especially as a couple where things are really, really, really rough. I don't have a problem with a couple going through very, very rough seasons in their life as long as both people are watching the car instead of one of them standing outside of the car and one of them is in the car. Okay? Because if one of you were, if he was in the car and you're standing outside and he doesn't want to do the work and he just wants to crash with a negative momentum, my advice is still the same, except it has a different outcome.
Okay.
Let it crash. If people don't want to save themselves, you can't save them. But he's actually standing outside the car with you. And this momentum is going negatively, and y'all can't do nothing to stop it. So we have to learn how to let it be. And one of the best ways to learn how to do it is locking into the present, sweetheart. You've got all of these things going on. And the best advice that I can tell you both is to lock into the present and deal with one thing at a time. What are your daily routines like? You're in therapy. Do you guys meditate, journaling? What are your daily routines like?
I've started doing that, but
Oh,
he won't.
mhm. Well, I hope he will. I hope he will join you in this, because going to therapy and counseling and listening to someone talk is great, but doing the work is what's going to get you the results.
Right.
And I would highly recommend that you guys develop a daily routine, and I'll tell you why.
Okay.
Because this daily routine is going to give you something that you're focused on a daily basis, so you can worry less about all of this drama that's going on. This doesn't mean that you don't have to address the drama that's happening. You can't ignore it. Your problems are not going to just go away.
Right.
But when we have a daily routine, it teaches us how to live in the moment and deal with one thing at a time. People get mentally and emotionally overwhelmed when a lot of stuff starts going on in their life because they have lost the art of dealing with things one thing at a time. When we journal, pray, meditate, exercise, and other techniques, when we do those things, it helps us to not only feel better physically, it helps us to redirect our focus into the present so that you can better compartmentalize. You can take the 6, 7 problems that you have, put them in the appropriate pockets, and let them live there. Okay, so I would highly recommend that. Like, it's good that you're going to the counseling and therapy, but remember, Chels, not all work is created equal. All right, it's not. You've got to be willing to do the work, and both of you have to be willing to do it together.
Okay, but what if he doesn't want to do the work?
Then we got a different conversation
Okay.
on a lot of different levels. This is your husband, right?
Yeah.
We got a different conversation on a lot of different levels. Let me say this, Chels, and this is a good time to mention it. Somebody tagged me in a live, I think it was yesterday or the day before, and asked what I thought about it. And I'm kind of just tired of toxic dating advice. The dating pool and the relationship pool is such a mess because men are only telling men that they're the best and women are the problem. Women are telling women that they're the best and men are the problem. And nobody but me is telling people everybody crazy.
It's true.
And I'll forever do it. I don't like nobody. I don't like men. I don't like women. I like the truth. And here's the truth. If that man is the leader of your home, so as he goes, so goes that home.
Yeah, and that's
people don't always like this, but he's going to have to be the example of what the work looks like. And if not, it's going to ruin perhaps the dynamics that you all share from a masculinity, femininity standpoint. We understand that it takes polarity for relationships to stay together. And so if you don't have both energies pulling in those opposite directions, you don't have tension in the rope. He's going to have to do his part, Chels. And if he's not willing to do his part, you guys are going to have conversations
Like,
about what matters the most as it relates to this relationship or this marriage. I mean, it's just that simple.
well, and we've
He's
all struggled with that, the masculine and feminine. So,
struggled in what way?
like, uh, I'm the one who makes the decisions, kind of thing.
Well, look, that works in some marriages. Remember, masculine and feminine energy is not gender based. All of us have masculine energy in us. All of us have feminine energy in us. What makes marriages and relationships polarized is when you have the dominant of both energy in the relationship. You've got one dominant feminine energy, one dominant masculine. I've seen situations, Shells, where the man is dominant feminine and the woman is dominant masculine, and it works. She's the decision maker. She's the logical one. He's the emotional one. It works because you have polarity. Right? And so the toxic dating space that suggests that it only works in one direction is only partially true. So if that's the energy that you're comfortable in, meaning if you're saying to me, Charles, you're comfortable being the masculine energy, is that what you're saying?
No, I'd rather not.
Then we got a problem. We have a problem. And the reality is he has to understand this. And this is what counseling and therapy should really be for. Not to just talk about your problems, but to look you in the face and get to the reasons why you're not operating in the energy that you've been designed to be in. Because until then, you will feel like the daddy and he'll feel like your son.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of women in marriages right now who are wearing the pants that want to wear the skirt. And there are a lot of men in marriages that are beating their chest like they're the man, but they're more feminine than their wives. And that's why you have arguments that are so random. You have arguments, you have so much tension in your household, and it's wild. So we got to get into our regular energy and our natural energy. I highly recommend you both get the book, Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus. If you don't have it already, you probably heard me talk about that book.
Yep.
That will be a good Christmas gift for him. I don't know if I would wait that long. But get the book and you guys read it together because it's an eye-opener for people who don't realize the power of our energy when we show up in these relationships.
Okay.
Sounds like y'all got to have a talk.
Oh, yeah. No, it's a current talk.
Yeah. And Chels, I'd be more than willing to help. My email address is in my bio. Shoot me a note. I'd be happy to set up a session with both of you to work with you. But I'm going to tell you, that's going to be a hard session.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be honest.
No, and I think that's good. Honesty is the best way to just get things out and fix things.
It's the only way I know how to do it, sweetheart.
No, and I love that about you.
I appreciate you. I hope this was helpful.
Yeah. No, it wasn't.
I hope to see you soon, Chels.
Thanks.
Be good.
Thanks.
Y'all, let's give it up for Chels. Yeah, thank you, Kiki. I appreciate you, sweetheart. Yeah, I'm just amazed. That's why for all of this toxic, I'm gonna say this loud. Y'all can share this tag, whoever you want to. I don't care. I don't care. Because number one, if I get on a debate stage with anybody, you got to be intellectually smart enough for me to be there. Period. And if you're not, don't even invite me. But let me say this. This is why I don't like neither one of the genders purporting this message that their gender is the best. And you see this a lot, especially on the masculine side. I ain't pandering. I don't need none of y'all. Okay. Hopefully the Lord send me somebody. I don't have to worry about none of this. I just have a wife over there and she'd be like, hurry up, baby. I got something for you. Here's the point. When men just say that only women are the problem and they show up as if they ain't got to do no work, it's toxic advice. Men have toxic issues. Women have toxic issues. Neither gender shows up in these relationships as the best version of themselves. Neither one. And any podcaster, coach, therapist, whatever person you listen to who only disparages one gender and doesn't equally address the flaws of both cannot be trusted. Oh my God. I don't care who you are, how many followers you got. I don't care. And I mean it. All right. What's up, everybody? This is Dr. Zeb. Listen, I've been dying to make this announcement for a very long time now, and I'm pleased to say that Inspire Nation has officially launched. Yes, we finally got a Facebook and YouTube community group where we're going to have exclusive content, exclusive shorts, exclusive discussion prompts, where we're going to engage with other people literally around the world who are on the same healing journey that we're on. I need you to go find these pages right now on Facebook and YouTube. Inspire Nation, follow the page, join the group, introduce yourself, and be prepared to link up with literally thousands of people around the world who are on the same healing journey, who are looking for the same resources, and who want to also be surrounded with other like-minded individuals who are growing in the same direction as you are. I'm so excited about this because it's the beginning of some great things I can't talk about right now. Listen, you got two jobs. One, be better today than what you were yesterday. And two, don't forget what I told you.